Saeed Khan joins us. He's the Associate Professor of Near East and Asian Studies at the Wayne State University. Thanks very much for joining us there. Now let's start off in terms of Netanyahu's post-war plan. Israel would control security indefinitely, and Palestinians with no links to groups hostile to Israel would run the territory. There's no mention of the Palestinian Authority. What are your thoughts on Netanyahu's plan?
It's unclear right now who's really going to be left among the Palestinians who would be in a position to be capable enough to then go ahead and administer. And it seems as though what Netanyahu has in mind is a Vichy-like regime to be set up in Gaza, really as an offshoot of the Israeli government, to allow for carte blanche for the plan that he has already made and stated of what he calls open-ended control. Which is a slightly different way, of course, of saying occupation, in the sense, as you mentioned, that Israel will have full control over particularly the southern border with Egypt, as well as any other entry and access points into and out of Gaza. The fact that any kind of aid is going to be at the discretion of Israel. Netanyahu has already mentioned that the abolition of UNRWA for some other quote-unquote acceptable international agencies to handle aid and support for the Palestinian people. And then, of course, also indicating that countries which have been providing aid and support to Israel, like Qatar, will also be excluded from this. So it seems as though we're moving now toward, by Netanyahu's own proclamations, a resumption of total control over Gaza.
And we know that Netanyahu has rejected recognition of a Palestinian state. Settlements are continuing and increasing in the West Bank. This is completely opposite to what Blinken has said the US is in support of. The US wants to see the Palestinian Authority in control of Gaza and the West Bank, yet Netanyahu continues on. At what point does it stop? How will it stop? And who then is responsible?
That is another uncertainty. And of course, as you know, this is an election year in the United States, and everything seems to point to what will President Biden do. And of course, up till now, he has really done nothing. He has supported Netanyahu categorically, rejected any kind of ceasefire proposals, including 3 efforts made at the UN Security Council in the last few weeks. Secretary of State Blinken made a very tepid remark regarding how the settlements in the West Bank and the expansion of settlements, which the Israeli government is authorized of late, are in fact against international law. This is something that is well maintained and stated international law for decades, and yet it seems as though the United States has again, a very tepid posture that it takes, and certainly not looking to lean on the Israeli government to show its displeasure in any significant or substantial way.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Saeed Khan, really appreciate your time.
Thank you.